The representation of identities on screen is an ongoing issue that has become more prevalent with each passing year. In particular, the representation of black people or characters has had a controversial history, marred with the consequences and ideologies of Western colonialism's institutionalised bigotry. As a result, the film and television industry was created by white producers for white audiences. Combined with habitual use of the resulting apparatus, meant that photographing people of colour is technically construed as a problem. The neglect of POC, in this case black people, behind the camera in production and writing roles means that white creators were able to neglect risky, minority-focused production while still using black characters and cultures as props to facilitate their narrative. Though the narrative has shifted through the years, the lack of diversity amongst many productions whitewashes racial minorities, presenting palatable stereotypes that depict their characters as either problems or victims. Lincoln Perry became known as Hollywood's first black film star in 1927, 12 years after The Birth of a Nation used blackface to portray racist KKK propaganda. This impacted the rest of Perry's career as he became best known for playing Stephen Fitchett, a slow-witted lazy black man. These racial caricatures not only represented societal stereotypes, but also pigeonholed actors like Perry, as black actors were forced to play dehumanising roles white producers deemed them worthy for, like the Mammy character, Uncle Tom, Sambo, the mythical Negro, and the Jezebel, just to name a few. These racial tropes reinforced blatant racist ideologies, which will be seen by a considerable part of the audience as validating their views. Although it may be argued that contemporary narratives' inclusion of racial tokenism and more positive stereotypes provide a better representation of our multicultural society, the lack of racial diversity in the writing stage leads to a continual use and popularisation of tropes which centre white creators in a conversation where black voices should be the loudest. Tropes like the white saviour complex seen in mainstream films like The Help and Green Book advocate for equality while sidelining POC. Usually set as a period piece in which the white saviour stands in contrast to their blatantly racist peers, creating a racist versus non-racist binary, which avoids addressing the underlying systemic structures that lead to the character's disenfranchisement. The black characters are usually reduced to their negative experiences, aiding the white protagonist on their journey to self-actualisation, similar to the magical Negro trope. With the surge of popularity of The Help on Netflix, it's important to note that not only did Viola Davis speak out against the problematic nature of her role in the film, but Abilene Cooper, the inspiration of Davis's character, filed a lawsuit against the author for using her likeness without permission. Screen text created by black creators like Spike Lee's Black Klansman give a voice to authentic racial representation. Contrasting The Help, Lee ends his film by confronting and challenging his audience. Cutting from his civil rights era narrative, the 2017 Charlottesville white supremacist rally, reminding viewers that the struggle for black identity isn't over. Instead of putting pressure on token POC characters to represent their entire race, the industry should move towards providing more diverse images and narratives that include diversity in all areas of production.
Like the white population, we are diverse within ourselves. There is not a monolithic black experience.